So in today's video, we're going to talk about two moves that you need to change in your downswing to stop standing up. And the first move that we need to change is your rotation. So golfers who have a tendency to stand up in the golf swing, this basically means that you are not turning through the ball. So this means that you're moving this way, where you fire your trail side forward. This makes you become much more vertical, and then from here you have to pull down on the club. So you can't change the second move, which is what we're going to come to in a moment, which is your arms, unless you change your body movement first. Now, I posted a video just yesterday on a fantastic drill that gives a lot of my online students and also people that come through that door for lessons great feedback on how to turn. And all I suggested is grab yourself an alignment stick. If you're going to use a normal length alignment stick, make sure the majority of it is sticking out towards your trail side. Get yourself set up to another alignment stick, which would be kind of roughly, your target line, and then just practice making some swings where you're trying to get your shoulder as close, or get the alignment stick and your shoulders as close to the target line as you can, meaning as tilted as you can, as you feel physically comfortable. But the more important thing is try and make sure that as you're turning, you're getting your right shoulder past the ball. Okay, like so, because golfers have a tendency to stand up, basically stop rotating. And that exercise in its own will give you the idea and that feeling of rotation. Now, once you've started to do that, the second movement that you need to understand is the movement of your right forearm. So if I hold my arm out in front of me here, so my right palm is facing towards the target, and if I keep my upper arm isolated and I just rotate my palm so it points up towards the sky, this is known as a supinatory action, which is just like a rotation of the forearm. That's what we need. So as we start the downswing, that right forearm needs to be moving upwards towards the sky as we start coming down. Now, if I do that just in isolation, okay, on its own, you can see the way that it creates a shallowing movement. This is really, really important, because when you kind of have this tendency to stand up, you'll be pulling down on the club. So all of a sudden, if you start turning, you're going to be too steep. If you rotate the forearm up to the sky, you're back on plane. Now, the last point that I just want to make, which kind of brings it all together, you have to understand that when you practice these movements in isolation, they will feel a little bit weird. They will feel a little bit kind of different. That's a good thing that you want as a piece of feedback. The point that I just wanted to make is one of the questions that a lot of my students do is they go, well, when I do that, the club face feels really, really open. Like so. You've got to bear in mind what will also be happening in the downswing is your left arm will be pulling down on the club. So your left arm is going to be moving up, down and around. So when you're practicing just right hand only, the club face will feel, well, the club head will feel a long way behind you, really open. But in reality, when that left hand joins the party, it's the thing that's going to help you square the club face. Those are your two moves you need to learn to stop standing up very much in the downswing. My advice in terms of practicing them is try and work on them in isolation first and foremost until you become quite accustomed to those movements by doing the drills and by simply just focusing on the awareness of the forearm. And then as time goes by, you'll slowly be able to put them together, depending if you're practicing enough. See you soon.